all little with Anita. I can point correctly.
Yeah.
And Cheryl.
Yeah.
And look at us in our reds today. And
Yeah.
you know, we don't plan this stuff.
Yeah, but we kind of get coordinated somehow.
It always happens. It happens perfectly the way it's supposed to. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. You know, we have so much going on and we're so excited about everything that's going on. This is just one of the many things. It is Feng Shui Friday. We're going to talk about creating those sacred spaces. See, creating sacred spaces. And we always bring in themes. So it's too funny because we get here and the both of us with our horticulture background get completely sidetracked with, look at what do we talk about? So of course we had to go to our standard, our Feng Shui Personal Paradise card deck by Terah Kathryn Collins to get our topics for today.
Yes.
And what is our topics for today? So funny because it is fall and we're at a garden center. So what came up I'm going to backtrack.
Yeah.
If you could see what we're looking at in front of us, the staff is just in the process of setting up for their vintage market coming up on October 7th. And they're doing different displays, of course, with the pumpkins and the gourds and all the dried plants and stuff like that. And they've got, decorative pumpkins and decorative pots. And so it literally looks like a whole bunch of different centerpieces.
Well, it's like these little vignettes.
Yes.
Right.
Giving ideas.
And you know what? You can do that in your home.
Absolutely.
Too, right. You can create a little fall vignette, in the bathroom.
Well, and here's the thing. The topics that came up today, dining room, number 21. And we got all these tables started in front of us. Number 14, gardens. And honestly, there's no reason for me not to shuffle the deck and let the cards fly out. Gardens. We don't plan this. No. And number 37, bathrooms. So and the bathroom is known because it's a watery environment. So what is the best way to absorb water?
Give it a plant. They go, yeah. So you know what?
Here's the other funny card. The funny part about this. I just want to, so notice the colors around the framework and all of these cards and what we're wearing.
Oh, a little fire.
Well, we need the fire to balance the water, wood, the plants, feed the fire, right? So we need it all.
And
we need all the elements, and the sun is the fire element.
Getting a little cooler.
Yes.
And so we need a little fire energy. It's that I turned on the furnace last night for the first time.
It actually kicked in this morning.
I might have a real fire tonight. Because we're getting in that season.
Yes,
right?
Exactly. Well, Kevin's the manager here out of Bluegrass, and he was saying Rimby had -2 the other morning.
Ooh.
So we are getting into that time of year.
But here we are, the middle of September. Hello, we haven't had a frosty on the.
No.
I mean, your tomatoes. I was having salad at your house yesterday. Salad off the vine again.
Doesn't get any better than fresh, right?
Yeah. So
let's dive in.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, and you've already gotten a selection of plants going here. The dining, gardens, and bathrooms.
Yeah. Let's
start with the dining rooms. Are you okay if I grab a couple of these things? When we're just talking about the vignettes. So I'm going to be right back.
Absolutely. Because again, it's about, honoring those seasons, and we're in the season of harvest and abundance. So we want to be able to reflect that in our home environment as well. We want to be able to, it's almost like setting that intention. So on your dining room table, creating that display of abundance of the harvest. And it could be, maybe putting your fruit bowl on the dining room table, and that's inviting the chi, the energy for people to come in and gather around. Maybe set your table, maybe set the dining room table, put a new tablecloth on it.
Yeah. I even brought a tablecloth for our table here.
Add a plant or something just to shift that around. But again, in that attitude of gratitude for that fall abundance, for the harvest that's coming, and setting that intention and the gratitude. And you could even put a little gratitude affirmation,
Absolutely.
tucked in your little fruit bowl display that you're putting on your dining room table.
The perennials that you
I want to
selected.
talk about those after.
Okay, well, I wanted to talk about them with a pot.
Okay.
So I grabbed a few things right
There.
Okay, well, that doesn't look so great, but
I know. Well, it's the pot size. You're not gonna get it unless you pot it in there.
okay,
That's
here.
the way it.
Let's change that up. You want to talk about those lights. So you
Yeah.
talk about these. I'm going to go get a more appropriate plant.
Okay. And you know what? You're gonna find these in your garden center. You're gonna find them in the grocery store. All of these beautiful gourds, and these gourds, they last forever, right? I mean, they'll take you from right now into your Christmas display vignette, whatever that looks like for you. So again, these are really symbolic of the abundance that Mother Nature has given us. All of these have come from one seed. And think about that. You sowed your seeds in the spring, and that one seed has now multiplied 10 times, 100 times, and produced all kinds of beautiful, wonderful things. A friend of mine posted on Facebook the other day, he was hauling spaghetti squash and zucchini from his garden, and he literally had the bucket in his little bobcat
Uh-oh.
full. It was pretty cool.
Wow.
And so, but again, you have to think about that, and you go, that one zucchini plant started from one seed,
Mm-hmm.
and then it went poof.
Right? Talk about an abundance. So
Mm.
we're talking about, doing a table. So hold those back up.
Oh,
So now you've got a nice little plant, right? So some color, there's that fire energy. You can go with a these are really nice pots anyway in this aster, but you can go with a decorative pot. Anita was talking about doing some affirmation. So I just grabbed what was handy here, a little sign.
Yeah.
And then you add in the mix a couple, right? Decorative little
those.
these, and hold up that other one. This one's huge.
Oh, that one. Okay.
So now you have a very quick little vignette
on your table.
on your dining
And
room
it
table.
invites the energy of people are like, they're gonna come in the door, and your husband's gonna say, oh, are we having company? What's happening?
Yeah.
Right. And you go say, oh, we want to be prepared. Be prepared, and maybe we'll have company
What
come
is
over.
it? So seriously, what is it Lady JB says?
Joey says, be
Prepare for what you pray
for. Yeah, prepare for what you pray for.
And I love that. And that's exactly
Okay,
correct.
so you're do that. I gotta go over here and say hello to the people.
Good morning to everybody.
Yeah, we
Okay,
got
set these
Jacqueline
down.
joining us. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, everybody.
And just the difference
Okay.
in colors and things now. Okay, so that's dining room. Really, bathroom came up as well.
Yeah.
And seriously, change your towels around. It's fun. And I know why bathroom came up, because I was looking at mine this
Because
morning.
you do
And
that.
I do that.
Yes.
I
Good
change
morning,
my shower
Paula.
curtain
Yes, she does.
seasonally.
She does. Yep.
Because it's something so simple.
And she changes a couple of little pictures on the wall too.
That's it.
And so
Towels.
you go into her
Warming.
bathroom, and the spring is the spring, and the summer is the summer, and the
Fall
fall,
will be
and then
fall.
the Christmas. And
Yep.
yeah. And you're right. It really, that's a great idea, because like you said before, bathrooms are such watery rooms.
Environments. Yes.
And we really have to ground that energy in there, so that not all that good chi is being flushed down the drain and the toilet.
Hmm.
And just a reminder, keep the toilet lid closed,
Closed.
please.
Yes.
That's really important, because where your
I
eye goes, energy flows. And so if you're walking into the bathroom and you're having, a great day and good thoughts, and then,
It just went down the toilet.
yeah.
Here's the
so,
thing.
yeah.
When you understand that, and so many
Mm.
people are saying, well, my husband won't do that. Really?
Mhm.
So explain it to your husband in a different way, because as soon as I shared that with my husband, that abundance, money, all of that is energy, and literally keeping the toilet lid open is
Mhm.
allowing that energy, abundance, money to go down the drain.
Right.
It's not been an issue.
Yeah, this is all,
This is all forms of abundance that we're
natural.
talking about.
Yeah.
And the gratitude that goes with it. I love that you
Mhm.
talked about that to begin
Mhm.
with as well. Okay, so
Mhm.
let's talk. I know you pulled some plants over here. She was out shopping already. I haven't started, but I'll do that after.
Well, because and so I was out looking around the garden center
Yeah.
and pulling some plants and talking to Bruce and getting some ideas.
Yeah.
And Cheryl was over here shuffling the cards, and this card flew
Come on.
out.
Well, she was
Gardens.
in the garden,
So, hello.
of course.
And so Bruce and I had a little conversation. And so I pulled
Kevin.
some Kevin. What did I say, Bruce?
Well, because Bruce is the owner,
Oh, well,
but
that's
you weren't
why.
talking to Bruce.
Well, maybe in my mind I was. I was. Hi, Bruce. Yeah.
Yeah, Bruce is around. He's
Okay.
just not here.
Anyways, so here's the thing that a lot of people forget. And I myself, this today was just a reminder.
Mhm.
What happens in the fall to our, perennial garden, our outdoor landscape,
Mhm.
a lot of times people will make that a part of their fall cleanup,
Mhm.
right? They'll go and they'll cut things and they'll pull it out. I never do that. You might.
I
don't.
do, because there's too much to do in the spring if I don't.
Right. So I personally don't. I just let Mother Nature do its thing. But here is the real important thing that we forget. And so Cheryl and I are here to remind you, along with Kevin, is that right now, your perennial flower bed and or annual, whatever you mix it up
'Cause
with,
I mix everything.
is in it's in all its glory
Pristine.
right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Right now, I mean, my gosh, I was at the lake house the other day and the flowers, I mean, I was like, oh, this is
So beautiful.
this is when they look the nicest.
Yeah.
right?
You've worked all season or all spring and summer.
And they're at their full height, they're
Yeah.
at their full bloom. I mean, they're just looking spectacular, right? And we know Jack is coming.
Jack's coming around the corner
Any
any
day.
day. Yep.
And so that's gonna change. However, so what we can do now, we can look at that landscape
Mhm.
and say, right now is the time to plant a new perennial.
Perfect. Yes.
People don't realize that.
Yeah.
And now you know exactly
How big everything
where-
already is.
where it's gonna
Yes.
fit, right? So
It's an assessment time. It really is the
Oh.
perfect time to review,
Yep.
to sit back with your
Yep.
tea or coffee or whatever, coffee, cheers,
Mhm.
and look at it and go, okay, that's too tall there.
Yep.
When I sit here, I can't see past it. So if I take that and I move it back there, that opens up a space. What do I want to look at here? So it is the prime time because you see the height of everything in its full maturity
and the color, right?
and you can redesign your perennial bed right now.
And you could say, oh, I need a pop of color right
Yes.
over
This
there in
time
that
of
little
year.
corner.
This time of year,
Yes.
especially because
Yeah.
lots of us get excited about that color in the
Yeah.
spring, and we're going to talk about that color in the
So
spring in a
here,
minute.
Oh, this
coral
is,
bells.
I
Yeah.
mean, it matches Cheryl, right? Coral bells, so easy.
Yeah.
And they get blooms that
Little
pop up
pinkies,
here.
yeah.
So you've got this nice little low ground color foliage,
Yeah.
texture. And then you've got these nice little kind of like fairy
Yeah.
feather
Yeah.
flower.
They're not
kinda.
known for their flowers.
No.
They're there for the color, but
Yep.
look at that fall color. And
Yep.
I'm glad you grabbed this one because it's a
Mhm.
great contrast
Yeah.
with
Well, here,
what you
we'll
got
just-
right there. I'm going to hang
Yeah.
on to these because I like
And
those.
so you know what the really cool thing is? So Kevin told me that all of their perennials, okay, now this is the best part. And so wherever you are, if you're in Red Deer, come
out to
to
Bluegrass.
Bluegrass Garden Center. But if you're somewhere else, go to your garden center because they likely have a sale on too.
Yeah.
All of the perennials, no matter what size of pot, this happens to be a 4-inch, but all
Mhm.
the way up to probably their
Well,
10.
the Carl Foresters, the grass behind us here,
Oh yeah,
they're
those
on
are
sale too.
5-gallon, 10-gallon pots, whatever they are. Their perennials are on for 40% off.
Yeah. Like that's crazy.
Hello, why
they're
are we
they're
buying them in the
perfect.
spring?
They're perfectly healthy.
And it's a great time to plant them
Yes.
right now.
Yes. Same with trees and shrubs.
Can you tell I'm
Actually,
excited?
really? We're in a garden
Jeez.
center.
I
We're
know.
both excited. So let's talk about this beauty that
Ooh,
you
I
got.
love this guy.
Yeah, the sedums. Oh,
Sedum, so easy to care
Oh,
for.
so easy to
And
grow.
this one gets into this beautiful round
Mound.
moundy bushy
Yeah.
thing. It grows about
And I'm going to do
what,
that.
24 inches tall.
Well, it already is.
Yeah,
Like this one's in the pot and it's 18 inches
yeah,
anyway.
it's probably, you know, it's
So
mature.
mature, yeah.
Yeah, probably a 24 by 20, something
Or
like that.
usually as tall as they are, they're wide.
Yeah.
When it comes to
But
a
they're just amazing.
Yeah.
Low maintenance.
and that fall color, that fall flower. Now
Ooh,
look at that pink
with that.
contrasting with the burgundy and the silver foliage of the coral bells. Different light
Ooh,
requirements.
Yep.
So depending upon your bed,
Right.
you got to take that into
Yep.
consideration. Different plants,
Yeah,
different light
this
requirements.
is a heavier, right? So
Yep.
it's like sedum, so it's kind of like a succulent.
Yep.
So it's gonna love going in that south bed. It's gonna, you know, yeah. What do you want to
I'll move over.
see him?
See Cheryl.
See
It's
him.
a sedum.
Okay, here, take that. But anyway, so that's, I mean, whoa, yeah, we're excited. Yeah. I'm gonna grab this over here.
Oh, one of our faves.
Yeah, so little hens and chicks, and actually, you can actually take this, and maybe next time I'll show you a little thing that I made. Next time we're at your house.
Absolutely. 'Cause she gifted me that.
And you know
So
what?
cute.
Yeah, and so you can actually have this indoors, right? So you can do your own little
Coconut fiber
collection.
wrap.
Yeah, you can do your own little collection of little succulents. So so you can take the hens and chicks if you have some on your in your garden.
Yeah,
pop
already.
a few out. They're so they're not even, I don't know, transplanting them isn't even transplanting them. You just
Because they have not much of a root
you
system.
pull them out, you pop them in the dirt. That's it.
Yep.
They do their thing. And then, you know, then you've got some of that nature indoors
Right.
for the fall season, which is so
And again,
pleasant.
right? So now if the three that she combined, of course I set the sedum down.
Yeah.
But the burgundy is coming out inside in this
Yeah.
hen and chicks because it's being pulled. So you don't see the burgundy much without, well, you do because of my jacket.
Yep.
But if you saw just the plant, now
Mhm.
you bring in the burgundy of another plant like
Yep.
the coral bells and it pulls that color.
Mhm.
And these are low. So you've got three sizes of plants
Ah.
that we were just talking about. Again, it goes back to your space and imagine how you want to look at something.
Well, and I mean, we can take that feng shui layer into our garden space, which we have.
Yep.
And we can use the bagua for a
100%.
small area. And we could actually intentionally, again, plant things in the area of wealth and
Abundance.
prosperity.
Yeah, you betcha.
Intentionally in the area
Love
of
and
love and
relationships.
relationships. So, you know, maybe a rose bush or, right? So things like that. So it's so much fun. And then of course, elementally, you can play with that in your garden
Yes.
as well, having
You got
all
the shapes.
5 elements
Mhm.
with the shapes. Of course, we have wood, you know, the plants are wood themselves.
Themselves. Earth is earth.
We're planting them in the earth, right? So bringing in the element of metal
Mhm.
and water and fire.
Yeah.
Right. So these are a little bit of fire. That burgundy is fire.
Well, even look at the shape.
Yeah.
So we've got
Mhm,
the pointier leaves.
mhm.
This is more water to me because it's very asymmetrical, even though it does come to a point. So it's kind of a combination.
Yeah, a few.
These are very, very much fire to me. Look at the point
the points on them.
on the
Yep.
tips of
Mhm.
those, right?
And then, you know, like a silver mound, silver in color would
Yes.
be like a metal element. And because it is round, that
It's
would
bringing
give us
in the metal again.
metal element. But
Yeah.
anyways, that's a whole other thing, but we could just add that there.
yeah.
Anyways, then in the garden also,
Perfect time of year. You're going to see them everywhere in the garden centers.
Yeah.
Your fall bulb planting.
yes. So this is when you plant the fall bulb. So guess what? We got warm weather. The farmers are out there haying and taking off their, not haying anymore. They're taking off their grain crops.
Yeah.
You know what? And so now while they're out there and you got soup cooking on the stove, you can go out into the garden and
And
plant
get your bulbs.
your bulbs,
Yeah.
right? So daffodils first, you know, you can smell them in the spring. And then again, you know,
I'm just going to hold the daffodils here.
so what we're doing then is we're again, in a way, we're setting that intention for that new beginning,
Yes.
that new growth. We know that, and as we plant them, we could also do like a little meditation or something. And
Just being in the dirt for me is the meditation.
yeah, and just knowing that we are going into the season that's a little bit
Calmer.
quieter, a little softer, a little restful. So we're gonna lovingly plant that daffodil and say, have a good sleep, little
Exactly.
daffodil, and
So-
we'll see you in the spring when you're bursting up with joy.
Exactly. And here's the thing, depending upon where you live, and people know where I live, we get really tall, four-legged visitors.
Oh, those
it's like a
guys.
buffet.
Yes.
So you'll also notice now on a lot of the bulbs, and that's why I wanted to hang on to this,
Yep.
that deer resistant.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect bulb for me to plant in our garden, along with allium. The deer are not fans of
yes.
either of them. And I
Mhm.
have allium already.
Yep.
So this would be a great addition.
Mhm.
The other bulbs that I plant this time of year that are not flowers are garlic
Right. Yes.
and onions.
Yes.
So you can do your fall planting of those as well.
Mhm.
This again, so our suppliers now are going to tell you what's fragrant, how tall things to grow, how deep to plant them.
Yep.
Right. So utilize that and look at the size of the bulbs. Now look
Yeah.
at the size of the bulbs and what Anita's got there. So do you
Littler.
think these are going to be taller than those? Probably.
Probably. And yeah, these are like a little, they're almost like a little mini iris.
Yeah.
See
Beautiful.
them? But
Beautiful.
Cute little, and again, right, there's some color,
Color.
that blue and a little bit of white, and
Yeah.
it's lighter color. So, that could even be maybe a metal, depending what you put it with, right? And then of course,
Cheryl's favorite flower. If anybody's ever wondering what Cheryl's favorite flower is, it's a tulip.
tulips. Tulips. Okay.
That's not why they're my favorite
No,
flower.
no. Well, Rod might think so. Anyways, yeah. And these happen to be a double blooming one,
Yes.
right? But again, there's all kinds
There's
of
such a
different
variety.
ones, right? And so
So sit and think now,
planning
the
that
color
garden.
palette,
Mhm.
your color palette
I'm going over here.
and size. Yes, because you've got all kinds of comments to do. So yeah, color palette. Together to me, the daffodils and this color palette of the reddy yellow with the tulips. Now here's the thing, deer love tulips. Love. I
Yes.
mean,
Yes.
they will walk across the river, come up the hill through Bower
They must
Ponds.
smell them.
I swear to God.
Okay.
So in my yard, although this would be beautiful, it would have to be in the backyard.
Well, but the thing is, the tulips, like the crocus,
Yes,
the crocus are one of the, they come up first.
they're my signal to spring.
Then the daffodils, then the tulips.
Yes.
That's kind of the order in which
Yes.
they come.
The progress.
But I think the tulips, because they are so leafy and they look like lettuce, right?
Mhm.
No different
They
than
don't
me
touch the
in your
leaves.
garden. I'm
She's like a deer in my
know,
garden.
yeah. So they're just like in there going, oh, chomp, chomp, chomp. This is like their fresh. It's easy.
their buffet.
It's their
They just come
chomp.
to my yard for the buffet.
Yeah, and it's like their first burst of spring. They need that energy too. So
Yeah.
maybe you could plant tulips just for the deer.
No,
Oh,
that encourages their visitations. And although I don't mind them, they were laying in the clothes at 3 o'clock this morning when I let the dog out.
oh yeah.
I didn't look to see if I had any of my all of a sudden the Gerber daisies left because
they
just ate the heads off the
they
Gerber
love these
daisies.
too.
But I do have other things out there that they go to
Yeah.
first. So
Yeah.
anyway. All right.
Anyway,
So
it's all good.
comments or
Okay,
questions we need to address there.
So no questions, I don't
Okay.
think. Let me just see. Let's see. Love your excitement. Thank you.
You do get a little excited.
Jacqueline
at the
says
garden
she
center.
loves the dirt too. It's
Yeah.
hard on the nails, but you know what? I'd go
That's
for
with
a.
gloves, but I
I
can't
don't-
do it with gloves.
No, I don't.
So
wear
I just
gloves.
want to grab that
Oh,
fertilizer.
yes, that's a
So
good idea. too.
again, talking with Kevin and Jennifer out here because they're the knowledge out here.
Yep.
Well, all the staff is knowledgeable. So Kevin's comment about the tulip planting or the bulb planting is yes, incorporate some of the
Food.
the bulb food. This is so you're gonna see, maybe you can't. 296 are the whoops, wrong side. 296 over
Mhm.
here.
Yep.
notice the middle number.
Right.
Okay. The middle number when it comes to plants in general, period.
Mm-hmm.
That middle number when it's higher is for root development,
Mm-hmm.
flower, and fruit.
Mm-hmm.
The root development this time of year,
Is important.
that is the point.
Mm-hmm.
That is why you work a little
Yep.
bit into the soil now.
Mm-hmm.
So prepare your soil, get it ready, then plant the bulbs. If you're in a rush to do this, it has now become a task.
Mm. Right.
And guess what energy goes into the ground
Ooh.
and into those things? It's like, I gotta hurry up and get this done. I gotta
Yeah.
get this done. I gotta get this
Or
done.
it's a chore.
Or it's a chore.
Right. Yeah.
Breathe.
Intention.
It's your intention
Mhm.
behind this. Just take a deep breath. I'm in the garden. I'm
Mhm.
connecting with Gaia.
Mhm.
My intention is to give the bulbs ample opportunity to root.
Yep.
So that in the spring, they bring forth this beautiful display for us to enjoy.
Yep.
That is completely different energy around, I gotta get this done.
Right. Yeah. I used to, when I had a bigger yard in another house, a long time ago, I had this, kind of like your place,
Mhm.
it was full and it was beautiful and it was always abundant and flowering, and people would come over and they would look at my yard and
Oh
oh my gosh,
okay, it must take you hours.
right? Or they'd say, oh, it looks so amazing, you must, and they would always ask me about fertilizer and things like that, and I go, you know what, I go into my garden and I fertilize it with love.
Mhm.
And I use my little fingers and I use that time to give thanks and gratitude to the plants, to the dirt, to
Mhm.
the sun, to the, all of the elementals, all of those things. And yeah, my garden grew with love,
Was
just like
beautiful.
yours does.
Yeah.
Right. It
Yeah.
grows with love.
Yeah. But
So
don't get us wrong.
you still need
Sometimes your
fertilizer.
soil
Yeah.
needs some soil amendments.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So part of my spring routine is preparing the soil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the soil amendments come in.
Yeah. Okay. So
where are we
let's
at? Oh, we got
numbers.
2 minutes left.
Numbers.
So we got a 3,
A
3, a 5,
8,
and 10,
18,
a 9.
a 9.
Well, now isn't completion absolutely perfect? A 9 for fall.
Because this is the completion of those seeds that we
It's not
planted.
really fall yet, though. Officially, that's
Well,
next
it's not
Friday.
official. Yeah. So those seeds that we planted in the spring,
Still in harvest.
right, have now completed
Matured.
their cycle.
Yes.
They grew, they gave flowers, they gave birth, multiplied 1,000 times, and
Yeah.
all this beautiful harvest is coming in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it.
So in closing, we want to thank you, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
want to do a special shout out to Bluegrass.
Yes.
We love coming out here and doing our Facebook Lives. This is not the first one you've seen
Yep.
from here. And if it
Mhm.
is, go back on our YouTube channel. There's lots of Facebook
Yep.
Lives from out here. But they have also stepped forward to be one of our sponsors for our Power of an Unstoppable Woman event coming up October 21 and October 22. And I'm so excited because they're our stage sponsor, meaning they're bringing some of this beautiful plant material. So we actually have a living stage.
Wow.
Meaning the stage is going to be decked out in all its glory with some fabulous plant material. Of course, a few other things to go in there. We're setting that stage. We're setting that intention, the color blocking, the coordinating, bringing it all together, piecing it all together. And it's because of our sponsors like Bluegrass Garden Center here in Red Deer that we get to bring this program, this event, this conference
this
to
experience.
Red Deer. And it is going to be an experience.
And just that idea of having a living stage is an experience in itself, because we know that plants bring that energy to us, right? They help to clean and filter the air. They give us that peaceful feeling. They help us to feel grounded. So there's a lot of reasons why we wanted to have that experience for you, the attendees.
Exactly.
And like you said, Cheryl, we are so grateful that Bluegrass said, yes, we'll do it. And we were like, what? So yeah, thank you, Doreen and Bruce and
the staff,
Roxanne and
Kevin and
everybody.
Sharon, all the staff out here are fantastic. They're extremely knowledgeable. So when you've got plant questions,
Yeah,
They're your
so
go-to.
get out here, perennials, shrubs and deciduous trees are
Trees,
all
yep,
on sale. So
yep.
anywhere from 30, 40,
It
off,
changes constantly.
depending on what you're purchasing
And the day you're out here.
and the market.
And yeah, the vintage market coming up October
7th.
Thank you. Cause I'm like, was it 7th or 8th? It was the 7th.
Okay. Yay.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you all for joining us. As usual, we are all in alignment. Anita and Cheryl, we will see you soon.
Tulips.